Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Thursday, July 2nd, 2020. I'd like to bring you said information pertaining to Lori Vallow, Daybell, whichsoever. This is an account brought to you by her friend who is now speaking out. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's always something. I will try to keep you abreast on this subject matter. As with other cases I've discussed, sometimes it's hard because so many things happen from day to day, but I may be a day or two late, so forgive me if I don't jump right on when the story breaks. But anyway, if you need verification for the storyline, please log on to Pop Culture. Lori Vallow allegedly told friends she persuaded JJ's grandmother to take him by telling her she had cancer. New details have emerged as to how Lori Vallow allegedly lied to her family and friends to hide the death of her children, JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan. In a newly released probable cause affidavit obtained by East Idaho News, Idaho police revealed more about their investigation into Vallow and her husband, Chad Daybell, who was also arrested after the bodies of JJ and Tylee were found in his backyard earlier this month. Vallow has been charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence, while Daybell is facing 2 felony counts of conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence, as well as 2 counts of destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence. In the affidavit, investigators say Vallow told a friend she had convinced JJ's grandmother to watch him by telling her she had cancer. Friend Melanie Gibb told investigators Vallow told her she had arranged for JJ to go live with his grandma, Kay Woodcock. According to the East Idaho News, Vallow further told Gibb she had told Kay that she had cancer in order to convince Kay Woodcock to take JJ. Vallow further elaborated to Gibb that she had traveled with JJ and handed him off to Kay in an airport. Woodcock would eventually be the one to report JJ missing in November, after the 7-year-old and his 16-year-old sister were last seen in September. Gibb revealed in the Dateline special earlier this month that Vallow began to refer to her children as zombies after learning about the concept from Daybell, a doomsday fiction writer. Gibb said that according to Daybell, a zombie was a person whose mortal spirit has left their body and that their body is now the host of another spirit. The new spirit in the zombie is a dark spirit. The new spirit in the zombie, Gibb added in the Dateline special that the couple was convinced Utah would be hit so hard by an earthquake at the end of 2019 that people would be distracted from the disappearance of the children. In the affidavit, detectives wrote of the zombie concept embraced so heartily by Vallow and Daybell. While the dark spirit inhabits the host body, the person's true spirit goes into limbo and is stuck there until the host body is physically killed, Vallow reportedly told Gibb. As such, death of the physical body is seen as a mechanism by which the body's original spirit can be released from limbo. Oh my God. This is by popculture.com if you need verification for the storyline. Once again, as I said in my video last night, there's no way you can even equate zombies with Christianity, the Bible, and on and on. I do believe Lori, Chad, and her brother Alex are all complicit in the deaths of JJ and Tylee. That's the spoken word, my opinion. Police have given said information revealing the phone records pinging from Mr. Daybell's property at the time the children were missing, showing it going back and forth, pinging all into the wee hours, said times. They got it all verified for those who don't know and don't want to believe. As I stated also in my video last night, I think it's sad that these grandparents waited 3 months to notify the police. There is no way I would have waited 3 months to call the police when I could not see my grandchildren. I couldn't talk to them on the phone or see them through video chat. I would have been on it, Johnny on the spot, day one. That's my opinion. All this is just atrocious. Everyone now coming out with their versions and their stories, telling who said what, who did what, who acted like this. And yes, I know it is natural for people to give their 411, but that doesn't serve any purpose for the dead people. It doesn't serve any purpose for these dead children. Because you see, had someone said, hey, I don't see these kids. I haven't heard these kids. They're not coming outside to play. I don't see them going in and out, in which we know people are entitled to a private life. Don't get me wrong. But family members are, their words should be bond when it comes to not seeing or hearing from children. Okay? Your neighbors don't really know you, maybe perhaps. They see you once or twice, you throw up your hand. Okay, cool. But a family member who has had interaction with the said children should have notified the police day one of no contact with the child. All these crazy versions now about zombies and this and host of bodies and leaving bodies, spirits leaving bodies, is just a way to, for me, it's, in my opinion, just a bunch of mumbo jumbo and a bunch of stupid people talk. I don't know if Mr. Chad is a schizophrenic, if Lori is schizophrenic. I don't know, really don't care, because I feel like this man, now we see in this article, he's a fiction writer. So who's to say hell his mind flipped out while he's writing all this crazy apocalyptic stuff and call himself being a Christian too? He got all entwined, wrapped up, mind gone. Who knows? But nonetheless, he's a narcissist. He found him a guinea pig in Miss Lori Vallow. She followed suit. I believe she also used her brother with this mumbo jumbo zombie talk. And everybody conspired to knock off those kids and to use those kids as an excuse for apocalypse and this and that and an earthquake coming. Nobody's going to find them. You still can't explain, even if you believed in that, why you would murder the children, why you would conceal their bodies in a grave. How about that? You mean to tell me somebody spoke to you all and told you verbatim, you got to do this, kill your children, because this is the second, third, fourth, fifth coming. You are the chosen one. Who told you that? And that someone said the other day, why didn't Chad kill his own kids? And I find that interesting as well. Let me throw that in there. While watching the Dateline documentary that was just uploaded last month, please check it out. Why is it that she kills her 2 children, but Chad had allegedly 5 children, and they stayed in her condo or townhouse? So I don't understand what would make you kill your 2 children versus him saving his 5. Was he going to kill his children? See, I wonder that. No one has mentioned that. Well, one person mentioned that they found it odd that his children were alive, but I didn't hear anyone say that they thought that perhaps he was going to kill his children. Because what is the purpose of killing your wife? Let's say he murdered his wife. She murdered her husband. They both conspired to murder their spouses. She also murdered her children, conspired, participated with her brother and Mr. Chad Daybell. What would be the point in all these dead people and he keep his 5 children to take care of? How is it that her 2 children were in the way of her being with Chad and he already had 5 children versus her 2? I'm just throwing something out there for you all to think about. Because a lot of times when we hear these ratchet stories about people's lives, we don't think about stuff that's sitting right in front of us. And that's a big oops. His 5 children are living. So how would you murder your 2 children to be with this man? Your kids were in the way, but you're still stuck with 5 more children to rear and breed after knocking off your 2. I'll wait. Help me understand. Was that also the plan, Mr. Chad Daybell? Were you going to find a way to knock off your 5? Because let me tell you, trying to explain 1 missing is hell. 2, outrageous. But how in God's name can you explain knocking off 5 children? How does 5 children go missing? And how could any sane human being lay up with a man knowing he was married, conspire to kill your own children and husband, possibly your brother as well, and try to rear your new husband's 5 children? And where were the 5 children when he and Lori were running around in Hawaii? Because when Dateline finds them, I didn't see any children in tow. Now, I do not know the ages of Mr. Chad Daybell's children, but nonetheless, where were they? Who had them? Were they all above the age of 18? What's the 411? Somebody knows, please drop the comment below, honey. This is a sick tale to me of lust, greed, narcissism, God complex. Oh yes, definitely a God complex. I want to be number one. I am number one. You do as I say, follow me, I'll lead you to the light. But the only thing Chad Daybell did was lead himself and Miss Lori to the jailhouse. Quit playing. Sinister indeed, both. And the brother too. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me on this wonderful Thursday afternoon in the high 10. God bless all of you. Stay safe out there. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be bringing you more news. And thanks a lot. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.